Hey everyone. I uploaded a video yesterday just as a sort of an update on the front yard. Thought I'd give you guys a little bit of a view of the backyard. I apologize for the background noise. My neighbors are having a pool installed and they just fired up the equipment down there. So I'll get as much as I can over here and then get you away from it. Backyard. As you can see, some areas are good, some areas aren't. It's sort of the same thing that happened in the front yard happened here, but I think that this sort of justifies my thought process. As you can tell, the higher spots up there, especially over that side, that runs this way and this way. And you can sort of see, like I said earlier in some of the other videos, not too far after seeding, we had some really monster storms here. Like, you know, there were 3 inches of rain an hour parking over us, and you can see the sand and stuff really, you know, came down here. I've got a drain, but you see how it all just sort of washed. And as you can tell, a lot of the seed probably settled here. You can definitely see where it, you know, was probably pushed up here. And those areas really came in good. So I really think some of the bare spots that I've got were more of a result of just the tremendous amount of water that was coming down. So I sort of had a, you know, stroke of bad luck there. In these areas, you can see that, I mean, there are some sprigs of grass, right? Not a whole lot. I really think this area here got really washed out. Up here, things came in a little better and did good. Up here where it's a little higher and, you know, the runoff was not as bad, you can see where the grass came in better. And then, you know, around on the side, you can see how you know, sort of the same thing. It's high here and it ran down. But even in the areas, you know, where it's not, like if you look up against the house there, up against the garage, you know, all on that side, it's thin, but there is grass there. These areas here, you know, that's all smashed where I ran it with the mower, but there's some grass. Over here is some grass. So, you know, my plan is, you know, next year I could put down some sod, but I really am doing this video series to just try to learn as much as possible and try to share. Once again, I'm no expert here, so I'm sure some of you may watch these things and say, oh, you should have done this or you should have done that. That's fine. As long as it helps people, I'm good with it, because there was nothing when I started off, and therefore I just sort of did what I could put together. So, you know, right now I'm going to let it go and I'm going to let it run, and I'm going to wait till next season. None of my neighbors are really upset about the grass because, you know, in fact, this neighbor and this neighbor and another one down the road have all started putting Zoysia in. They're doing pieces of sod at a time. For example, this guy has a place up on the very top of his yard here that's much higher than the others, and the fescue gets burned up there every year. So this year he pulled some of that out and put in the Zoysia sod, and it's doing well. This guy has some beside of his driveway that he's growing, and then he's going to plug out of it. I decided to go the more aggressive route and do this rather than spend several $1000s on sod. And like I said, in the spring, I'll monitor this and get you guys some videos every few weeks to a month until the frost comes and we get you know, sort of this going into hibernation. And then in the spring, we'll see how it comes up and what it does. And worst case scenario, I'll just add in some sod in some of these areas and get you guys a look at that. But we'll also be able to just check and see how much this runs over time. So I hope this stuff helps you guys. Like I said, definitely don't take me as an expert on this, but maybe just sharing this will help you guys look into yours and look into what you can expect if you do this in your yard. Thanks. Have a good day.